Before we jump into this episode, I want to invite you to join our community to help you become a better steward, scale to billions, and ultimately give more or all of it away. All I want you to do is to click the subscribe button right now. I love your support. It's incredible to see your comments, and we're just getting started. I can't wait to go on this journey with you. Thank you so much for subscribing. It means the world to me. Welcome to the Build It to Billions podcast, where we guide successful entrepreneurs and investors on their journey from millions to billions. We believe that the key to scaling and compounding your wealth and life starts every single day with a mindset and practice of stewardship over ownership and applying billionaire biblical principles. Our ultimate goal, to help you scale and compound your wealth and life so you can give more or all of it away to help MVPs. Hey, I'm your host today, Brett Swartz. In every episode, we feature some of the world's top entrepreneurs, millionaires, and billionaires. They share their principles, values, secrets, and wisdom, providing each of us with the insights we need to reach the next level of success, faith, and impact. I'm excited about our next guest. He is the founder and senior financial advisor with Vital Wealth. And he brings an understanding of not only complex finances, but also tax strategies, as well as helping us all plan to be able to invest in a world outside of just the Wall Street traditional model. In fact, he's an entrepreneur for 20 years. He owns real estate, but he's going to bring a full picture to investing. And we're going to be talking about truly passive investing with our guest, Patrick Lonergan. And Patrick, did I pronounce your last name right?
Yes, thank you.
Awesome. And for our listeners getting to know you for the first time, would you give us a little bit more about your story and your current focus?
Yeah, Brett, thank you very much for having me. We got started in real estate 20 some years ago. I had a full ride to law school and dropped out after being late for my first class, buying a piece of real estate. And, you know, it really was a journey where we had lots of ups and downs. We made lots of money, lost lots of money. And now we're working with entrepreneurs that generally come to us. They're making over $1 million net income, and they have a tax problem. They're tired of their CPAs being promising tax strategy, and CPA's business model is just not designed to do the type of work we do to deliver on the tax model. And so, you know, the CPAs do a good job of getting the right numbers in the right boxes. Where in June and July, we're forecasting out the tax liability and getting an idea of where they need to be. And so there's 4 cornerstones that make up our planning. It starts with cash flow. Once we understand your cash flow, then we can design a tax strategy. Then once we have tax figured out, then we move on to, okay, we're not sending the money to the IRS. Let's figure out how to invest it. And that goes into everything from let's invest back in our business, let's invest in a traditional model, let's go invest in real estate. And then, you know, at some point, maybe once we're crossed that financial freedom threshold, we take some moonshots, right? Like let's go invest in private equity or some of those different opportunities out there. And then the last piece is protection. People get awfully hung up in their legal structures and their insurance and that type of thing, and they haven't built any wealth. And it's like let's make sure we're building wealth and we have something to protect before we get too tied up in our complex trust structure that we need to have in place. So that's a quick overview of who we are and what we currently do. But it's been a journey. There's been some ups and downs along the way. So
cool. I'm sure there has been. By the way, you can learn more about Patrick by going to vitalwealth.com, CFP financial advisor, FPQP, and so much more. I think it's flat fee financial planning. He's got a great background, and he's got a ton of wisdom here. And we're going to be diving into that. In fact, and we're going to start with this, Patrick. You know, I believe we've all been given certain gifts, and these gifts have been given us to be a blessing, help to others. What would you say is you're like, hey, Patrick is really great at doing this, or this is his strength or superpower that helps you help people today?
Yeah, thank you. I think there's a couple pieces. I love to learn. It's interesting. I started reading way more books once I graduated college than I did while I was in college. And I always have some podcast in my ear, audiobook, physical book, something along those lines. And it's all practical things that we can take away. So, and then you combine that with, I'll say, some creativity. I'm always looking for, I would love to say I have original ideas, but I don't have any original ideas. I'm taking concepts and marrying them together going, hey, what if we did this in this scenario? And so when we think about the entrepreneur, I would love to say that they're all the same, right? And we just can cookie cutter the strategies, but that's not always the case. And So we're able to take all the concepts we have, tools in the tool belt, and marry those together to really create some unique opportunities for the entrepreneur to get planning in place that aligns with their goals. So I think that's probably where my unique ability.
So if you like this little short clip of the interview I just did, click over here to watch the full interview. And please don't forget to subscribe. Thanks so much, everybody.